session. We're in the section where there is public or community comment on any other issue. Does anyone want to speak on public or community comment? I'll move to the consent agenda. We have the consent agenda before us. I do want to pull some things off. Mr. Tech is not here, is that correct?
Correct.
I'd like to pull E off. Yes, letter E, just for discussion. I'd like to confirm that 6 and 7, those are not on the consent agenda, correct? No, they are. Number 6, recommending approval. Is that consent?
Yes.
I'd just like to ask a question about 6 and 7. Superintendent and Alan have signed off on those documents.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming. I'd like to pull 8, 9, 10. You pull it up.
Yes, she sent it to me so that the committee could vote on it so we can get it onto our website. If that's okay.
I did speak with her. She didn't ask for it to be pulled, but whatever you want to do. So, Madam Clerk, do you remember what I told?
Yes, I do. You did coach appointments.
I'm sorry, E?
Coach appointments, 8, 9, 10. That's it so far. And you asked about 6 and 7, whether they were signed off. And they were.
Can I just get, Superintendent, an explanation of 13, the revised policy on high school graduation requirements? You want us to pull that off, or can you get a quick explanation?
No, the previous credit calculation included some classes that are no longer being offered. So we had a Northman 101 class in the freshman year that was a graduation requirement that's no longer being required. Plus, we're also offering student academic assistance periods, which are non-credit bearing. So there's a slight reduction in the graduation credit requirements due to these classes.
Yeah, I'd like to pull 5A3.
Let's take it on 5A3.
You know? Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to pass the consent agenda, but not section E. I guess that's 5E. 8, 9, 10, 5A3.
So moved.
Motion's been made. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not a motion, so let's pull it. Oh, I'm sorry. I know, no. Motion's been made. Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Sorry about that. So, Ms. Vada, do you want to leave?
Sure.
Okay, come with me.
So I I really didn't feel like we could just let this slip on a consent agenda. And I typically don't even write anything, but I actually had to write this because I can't do this when it comes to Sherry. It's not easy to feel welcome in North Smithfield as a newcomer. I remember when I was on a strategic planning team and I was asked to speak about parent engagement. I was so nervous and Sherry was there. She made me feel like I belonged. Sherry makes everybody feel like they belong. That is a gift. Your smile, your demeanor, your work ethic are all a gift to this town. And your friendship and commitment is a debt we can never repay. Thank you for your service and enjoy a well-deserved retirement.
Anyone else? So I did speak to Sherry on this. She alerted me to the situation before it went on the agenda, and I told her that I was going to vote no.
Second.
And then I would have to get outvoted. But, you know, going forward, I have to say that I'm going to be at a loss without you. Everything I ask is done without hesitation, and I always ask your advice on complicated issues. And I know that I get an unbiased view of the situation when I ask you. So I appreciate that, and I'm going to be doing this year.
We all got it.
And I can say ditto to that, and the only reason I can accept it is with regret.
Anyone else? I'll entertain a motion to accept 583 with regret. Motion's been made. Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. All right, so let's go to 5E. I'd just like to know if we can go back.
Could I just acknowledge a couple of people who are here? They've already gone through the consent agenda. All right, so this is on 5B. So for the certified appointments for tonight, I just want you to meet Jennifer Randall and Kathryn Pelletier, two new hires here in North Smithfield. And so they are, along with all our teachers, very excited about next week and their kids returning. Okay, great. Also, we'd like to just acknowledge the long service for Sue Czyzewicz and Ginny Swanson, who are moving on, and the work that they've done with the children and Ginny with the union. They have given 100% and more to the students of North Smithfield, and they too will be missed, but we certainly wish them well.
Great, thank you. And whatever the normal congratulations, we're going to have to do something for you separately. You can't do congratulations. Please send that out. Good timing, Mr. Peck. Well set, Superintendent?
Yes, thank you.
So, coaching commitments. Mr. Peck? So I did text this to you, maybe you didn't get it, but do we have the coaches needed?
So we're good as far as the high school starts with, as far as most of our positions for the fall season, minus an assistant for girls volleyball. We are a little short on the middle school side of things. We did repost again. Today we're just not getting applicants. A lot of it struggles every year with middle school because of the timing of when the practices are. Right after school, trying to find someone that can fit a 2:35 practice slot. We do have a couple of people that reached out today to me, so that's why we reposted again to see if we can fill those vacancies. Currently, right now, we are short in middle school boys soccer and both middle school girls and boys cross country, as it stands currently right now.
Okay, and I just want to be clear on, and I hope, I don't mean to insult anybody on this, but we're putting people who are qualified in coaching positions, correct?
Correct.
We're not just filling them to fill them.
No, and that's kind of one of the areas that in the past we've had to do to even run a program. Sometimes we've had to go right after the first day of school started to find someone who would have the coaching credentials per se as far as the certifications, but it might be the first time they've ever coached the sport. This year we've not done that, and right now currently we don't have some of the positions filled right now. So the concern with that sometimes is going to be are we going to have anybody to put in those positions? So it's kind of where we're at right now.
I think we're doing the best we can on recruiting and everything.
We're out there, we're getting word out on the street right now, we're trying, but as you know, it's just difficulty filling a lot of these spots, especially when you're talking about right after school. Anytime you're talking about 2:35, 2:45, either someone's working from home or they're retired, usually would fit that category as far as being able to get that practice on it, which is traditionally our middle school times.
Okay, great, thank you. Anybody have any questions? Any motion to pass 5E as presented? Motion been made.
Second.
And second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, let me jump to number 8. I know the administration is not going to be happy, but can you please give me go A, B, C, D as per, well, give me a little background on this. Well, let me ask a question first. Are these all of the auto renew contracts?
Yes.
On A. Okay, so, unbeknownst to me, there were a number of contracts, and we can discuss it in number 9, which, if this committee didn't act, it would automatically be renewed. Some of them were pretty old. So what I asked, and in my opinion, we should be rebidding some of these, and we both should be approving any expenditures of that contracts going forward. And any future automatic renewals, please don't present to me to sign. So whoever is doing the contract, make sure that's stricken. But if we can just go through these, I'm sure that many of them, if not all of them, will be approved, but I'd like to get a vote on record as to what it is, how much we're spending on it, and whether we agree with it or not, or any questions that are raised. So, 8A. Can everybody stop talking? I'm sorry, did I not make it clear that I just wanted a synopsis of all this?
Some of these items are different than what you're talking about as far as the auto renewal. Some of these are annual contracts of services that we've used in the past. So I think you had another document which listed some of the items that were annual or renewed. They're not necessarily everything that's on this list that you see in front of you. So for example, our Infinite Campus student information system, that's an annual contract, but not necessarily one that we go out for bid every year due to the nature of what it takes to switch over a student information system. Our personnel package, our business office system, that's on the other document which had those annual auto renew. Not quite auto renew, I mean we do make the conscious effort to continue the service, and you do get them within the consent agenda. There was that issue with the contract with Silent Sherpa, that it had that clause in it that said that if you don't withdraw from the contract within 90 days, it automatically renews. These other contracts are a bit different than that. So going down the list, the fire alarm testing, that is, I recall, is a sole source provider. Northeast Water Solution, that's a recommendation from Mr. Seeley. East Bay Educational Collaborative Science Kits. I mean, we have an ongoing contract with East Bay to get the updated science kits. Edgenuity is a virtual curriculum program, and we've used Edgenuity for about 3-4 years now. One of the things that I will mention, though, is that some of these contracts, while we do continue them on an annual basis, we do have points where we stop and we review and we take a look at the landscape. So, for example, the student information system, that is a huge undertaking to switch a student information system. It's very expensive to do data conversion and to retrain. However, 2 years ago, we formed a committee and we took a look at all the new student information systems out there, along with the system we're currently using, to determine, is it better, cheaper, faster to move to something different? The decision was, no, what we have is pretty good, it's doing the job, and we couldn't afford to do the data conversion anyway to move to a new system. So that would be one of the items that you would see as a annual maintenance contract. However, we do stop it periodically and review the landscape. CBS therapy is one that is considered on that auto renew list, but we've had a contract with CBS therapy for many years, and they provide support at NSES in a manner and a pricing that we haven't been able to see or touch. But that doesn't mean periodically we don't take a look at the landscape and see if there's a better choice. Momentum is a company that we've been using for multiple years as an as-needed basis for behavioral management. And we've looked at other companies, we've looked at other services, we've looked at even hiring our own behavior techs as opposed to using a consulting company. And Momentum came out with the best flexibility at the best price. And so we're renewing a contract that we've had with them previously. Naviance, that's new. That was a series of for individual learning plans that the Department of Ed and a number of districts have been looking at, and we partnered with our districts in the region to use this for a learning management system. So I'm sorry, Chair, I don't know if that quite answered your question. We have kind of a mix and match on this list here.
Okay. So I thought that when we met, there was going to be what the contract was, how much it cost. I thought there was a schedule, and I asked for additional information.
So that's under number 9. That's what we discussed, everything under $5,000. That was on item 9. The 8 are annual renewals that are for your renewals tonight.
And each one of them comply with state law in regards to in the town charter in regards to bidding or whatever those requirements are. Okay. And you have reviewed all these and recommend that we approve.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Anybody have any questions?
I just had a quick question on the first one, the communication systems. It's still showing Hallowell Middle School as a location, which we haven't formally relinquished, but and it's not significant dollars to renew this contract either, but more in line of the logistics, the legality of it all. Should that be taken off at some point?
These will be adjusted when we formally relinquish Hallowell, but right now we still have a few contracts in place because we are the owners.
If we renew this, I mean, like I said, it's not big
It
dollars.
would be adjusted minus that sum.
So part of the contract is going to be that you can adjust it. So if we pass this contract, there is an adjustment, but you're going to make sure there's an adjustment provision in there if we turn alcohol.
I will verify that.
And again, maybe the town will say we'll reimburse you. I mean, so, any other comments, questions? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to pass number 8, and I'll have a roll call, please.
So moved. Second.
Motion to be made, second. Roll call.
Mr. Lombardi?
Yes.
Mrs. Sherrill?
Yes.
Mr. Khanna?
Yes.
Mrs. Johannes?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mrs. Vada?
Yes.
Motion carries 6.
The rest of the consent agenda, if I may, jump away from it for a minute. I know that we have people from the community who may need to leave earlier. Can I, unless there's an objection, we can jump to 5-3 MRT flag football tournament.